Welcome back to the Professional Hate Watching Association. It's episode 7. It's late at night. Russell Westbrook is a king now. I'm Ethan. I'm here with Daniel. Daniel, we were talking last week about, who's the most random addition to a new team for this year. And we looked at the older players, but the one that we both forgot was Spencer Dinwiddie, who somehow made his way to Charlotte. And you told me before we went live that he has been cut from the Hornets roster.
Yeah. Earlier today, I think I saw the notification from Shams that Hornets releasing Spencer Dinwiddie. And I think in 2025, if you can't make the opening day roster for the Charlotte Hornets, it might be a pretty good indication of how you fit in the landscape of today's NBA. But then again, the Hornets also might be, as we like to say, the most unserious sports team in North
Extremely
America.
unserious.
So I don't know. It's kind of a mix of both. If you get cut by the Hornets, especially if you're a guy who's had a history of being solid in the league like Dinwiddie has, I don't know. It might be a pretty good indication of what might be next for him, which might not be the NBA. So
it's okay. He's going back to Dallas by Christmas because if D'Lo doesn't pan out, and
then gets traded to the Nets at the trade deadline.
Yeah, that's how it goes. No, dude, the Nets have so many players though. They don't got room for that.
Yeah, that's true.
The Nets might have to get rid of one of their first round picks. One of their first round picks might not make it to the opening day roster,
right?
Which is absurd. I know not every first round pick pans, but that's absurd. That's absurd. Okay, let's get right into it though, because we're talking about rosters and the roster moves that we were talking about last week, and arguably the most random why is he on the team moving cities happened today, and that was Russell Westbrook signing a 1-year deal, I believe, with the Kings.
1 year, $3.6 million. Yeah,
that's not bad. It's not bad in today's economy. That's pretty much a vet minimum.
Yeah.
So I saw it this morning, and I was kind of just I'm not going to go as far as to say I felt the same way how you felt when Chris Paul went to the Clippers. I'm not going to say that, but I didn't really feel like that moved the needle. What did you think?
I didn't think so either. Something funny that I saw when the move happened was somebody quote tweeted the announcement that he was signing with the Kings, and they said elite frat jersey unlocked. Russell Westbrook, Kings jersey, number 18. He's switching numbers.
He's going to 18?
He's switching to number 18. He's not going to wear 0. Does somebody who wears 0 on the Kings? I don't even know.
It's not Keegan Murray, is it?
It might be. I think he's 13 last time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, this move does not move the needle at all, because I don't think Russell Westbrook fits with the Sacramento Kings at all. Because when you look at how they've constructed their roster, I actually sent you and some of our other buddies a video this morning from a guy who used to be on ESPN. His name is Zach Lowe. He pretty much summed up how I feel about the Kings, is that they're in basketball purgatory right now because they have absolutely no money to spend on guys. They just gave Keegan Murray, speaking of, a 5-year, $140 million extension. So they're paying him, they're paying DeRozan, they're paying Sabonis, and now they're paying Russ. The Kings can't shoot threes. Their best players, DeMar DeRozan and Sabonis, are not three-point shooters. Sabonis has been super good from mid-range, but you and I both know in today's NBA, you got to be able to hit shots from the perimeter to even have a shot at forget about winning a championship, just like even making the playoffs in today's league.
Playing.
Exactly, and they can't do that. And they also just have no young guy on that team that they're like, hey, this guy's shown flashes, maybe like a couple years down the line, he can be a superstar. We can build around him. And then they did get some draft capital back in the De'Aaron Fox trade. So maybe they can get lucky and draft a guy in the first round next year to maybe take on that role. But then again, it's the Kings, and they'll probably end up just making the wrong pick, or they'll draft a guy who's really good, aka Tyrese Halliburton, and then trade him away and watch him become a superstar on another team.
It's unfortunate because I felt like for my time coming up as an NBA fan, which, I grew up coming to love the NBA in the mid 2010s. And since then, the Kings were always the first one out. They were the perennial 9th seed maybe 10th seed, but they were always right there. It always felt like they were 1 year away from being 1 year away, but they were also going nowhere. They just had Boogie Cousins, and that was about it. I'll never forget Rookie of the Year Tyreek Evans.
No, never forget.
Never forget. Or Omri Caspi. I remember that one game when he outshot Steph Curry. That was crazy too. But the Kings felt like they finally figured it out 3 years ago when they got the 3 seed. And it felt like this. You know what it felt like? It felt like, you know how every championship dynastic team in all of sports, but especially in basketball, they always have those 1 or 2 years when they first get into the playoffs and everybody's excited for them, but they're like just a young, scrappy team. Maybe they win a series and then they get bounced. Nobody expects them to win and they don't.
Kind of like
what it felt like that Kings roster was going to be. It felt like that Kings roster was on the precipice of something bigger. And I'm not going to say they were going to become a dynasty or anything, or maybe even win a championship, but you just felt like if that team stuck together, we're talking about if that team's still together in 2025, we're talking about them as potential title contenders.
Right.
And now they blew the whole thing up. And so now here we are with this, again, like you said, an overinflated roster with a lot of redundant players. Like Zach LaVine can shoot the 3, and that is about it. Keegan Murray is like a 3-point shooter of all time, but like DeMar DeRozan is one of my favorite
in his rookie season.
Yeah.
He was like a Rookie of the Year candidate.
DeMar DeRozan is one of my favorite basketball players of all time. I've seen that man play multiple times. That is not a 3-point shooter, all due respect. Like, it's just, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, this team's kind of now back in stagnation. That's the unfortunate part, because you felt like they were so close to being almost there. Like, they were actually so close. And now they're back to, like, they might not even make the plan. I think they will make the plan, but, like, they might not make the plan.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty sad to watch, because going kind of off of what you said at the beginning, I kind of got into basketball around the same time as you. And I mean, we're both Bay Area guys. And so, like, obviously SAC isn't the Bay Area, but like we pay attention to the Kings because they're a Northern California pro basketball team. Mm-hmm. And I can remember, since I've been watching basketball, the Kings have been good 2 times the whole time I've been watching basketball. It was 2018 and 2019 when they were kind of like what you were talking about. They got the 9th seed that year and they almost made the playoffs.
Yes.
It was when I think they lost all 4 games against the Warriors, but all of them were like super close, and like the KD dynastic Warriors, like they
and that was the year that the Clippers had gotten just above them.
And they played them close. Like the Kings were a really scrappy team, and then people were kind of waiting for them to take that next step. And then that's also the year when that was the Luka Doncic draft. So they draft Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic, kind of like what I'm talking about. They'll just mess up the draft if they have a chance to do something right. And then they had the year, the whole like the beam year, the 3 seed in the Western Conference, Game 7 against the Warriors. And then it kind of felt like that was the beginning of that was like the first step of a team that might be something special. You know, you have that moment of adversity that every young team has in the playoffs. Like nobody, like you said, is expecting them to. I don't think a lot of people expected them to win that series, even though they were the higher seed. Like, because they were like it's Steph Curry versus Sacramento. Yeah, and then they lost, but they were competitive. They went 7 games, and then Steph Curry just decided to wake up and score 50 on them in Game 7.
It took at the time the greatest Game 7 performance to beat the Kings at home.
Right, exactly. And then after that, they just regressed each year, and then they had problems with coaching. I think the guys kind of tuned out Mike Brown, who's coaching the Knicks now, and then De'Aaron Fox didn't really want to be there anymore because they weren't winning, and now he's in San Antonio. And now you're just, like you said, you're stuck with a roster full of guys who aren't really made for today's NBA, I guess. They're basically they're the 2022 Bulls West. Like that's what they are, minus Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, I know. Famous knower of water by Cleveland, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing about the Kings and this team is that they're going to have highlight tape, especially with Westbrook there.
Yeah.
They're going to have highlights. You're going to see him from time to time, but you will forget that DeMar DeRozan is going to hit another game winner, an elbow 2-point jumper over like the Suns in like late January. And you're going to remember, oh my God, DeMar DeRozan plays for the Kings.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of season that I feel like they're going to have. And I'm not saying they can't exceed their expectations. We're going to talk about win totals later. I'm not saying they can't exceed their expectations, but the West is just so crowded that if they were in the Eastern Conference, I'd be like, that's my 6th seed. But we're not. We're in the Western Conference where you can win 40 games and you might not even make the play-in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they can hit 40 games, realistically.
I think their ceiling this year is like, I don't even know off the top of my head if this adds up to 82 games, but they just like scream 39-43, 11th seed.
Yeah.
Don't make the play-in. And then it's like, what are we going to do? Because we're not high enough in the lottery to get a guy who can really turn our franchise around. And we're paying all these old aging stars a bunch of money.
That's what makes it worse than the Boogie Cousins era, because in the Boogie Cousins era, all you were doing, you were paying Boogie Cousins, but that was about it.
Yeah.
You weren't paying anybody. That roster, they didn't have any intention to change the roster. They made intentional moves with high rollers to change this roster, and it has literally stagnated. So I think we're in agreement that the Westbrook move does not move the needle. It will be fun though.
Yeah. And it's not, and I preface this in the video I made. It's not because of Russ, by the way. Like, I don't have any problems.
Oh, I know.
It's the fit in Sacramento. I just don't like that fit for him.
I will be ready. No one will enjoy the Westbrook poster on DeAndre Ayton more than me. Like that, we will be there for that. But they'll probably still lose that game. Yeah. Just because that's how I know how Kings basketball works. Even the Pacific Division, speaking of the Lakers, the whole Pacific Division is just like crowded.
Right.
Like they'll probably finish better than the Suns, but that's not saying a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's
if KD was still in Phoenix, it would be like a full-on unction.
Yeah.
With all those teams.
I mean, it kind of still is.
Yeah.
Like it kind of still is. Yeah. I can't even tell. Like I can't even tell you like who's on that. Well, Jalen Green's there now on the Suns roster, but
yeah, I mean they got Jalen Green, Devin Booker, Dylan Brooks. Can't forget about him.
Dylan Crooks. Yeah,
I think Bol is still there.
No, I saw he was a free agent.
Oh, I don't know. I know. I only remember Ryan Dunn because of Tony hyping him up all the time on the pod last year.
And that was the only time we ever heard of him. That's the Ryan Dunn publicity.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, so even they might be in the most compact division in the entire NBA too. Like that doesn't help their case either. But yeah. Anyway, speaking of the Pacific Division, let's talk about the Lakers because LeBron's injury has happened over this course of this week, right? We didn't talk about it last week. I know that. And he's out for a month.
Right.
Which, I mean, obviously, that doesn't start when the season starts. He's been out for about a week already at this point. But considering the season starts on Tuesday and they play the Warriors to start, first of all, can you imagine how much money people paid for next Tuesday's game thinking they were getting one more Curry-LeBron matchup?
Ooh.
And now they don't?
They should all sue LeBron like that one guy did after the second decision and try and get all their money back.
That's hilarious. I didn't see that. That is
somebody sued LeBron after the second decision because tickets for the last Lakers home game went up like $500 before he announced that it was just like a Hennessy ad. And not
I would keep those tickets though, because you know what? Okay. We're going to talk about LeBron's injury and what this means for the Lakers, but I'm starting to see your vision more. The chips keep adding up. LeBron's got to retire after this season.
Yeah,
I think it's like the injury. I haven't seen LeBron deal with. I can count on one hand how many times I've seen LeBron miss an extended period of time with injuries the whole time I've been watching basketball.
Yeah.
The other one that comes to mind is when he hurt his groin on Christmas in 2018.
2018. Yeah.
I can't think of another extended injury that he's had.
Right.
And obviously he came back just fine after that injury, but I can't help but think that this is it.
Yeah.
And it would be unfortunate because, I think if it were up to Bron, he would play he would play the opening night game against Stephen Curry because that's how he would want his retirement tour to start off.
Yeah.
That's not how it works sometimes. But I think also I don't know if this is just my social media algorithm. I've seen a lot of LeBron like social media posts where he's just kind of, it seems like he just wants to be a husband and a dad.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think was he on Savannah's podcast the other day or something, where he was talking about?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I don't
he
know
was
if it was
talking about it.
I saw the clips yesterday. Yeah,
And he was also talking about how, and it was a real powerful message where he was talking about, he's like, I can't be alone. He's like, if I'm alone, I'm alone 6 feet under, which I was like, you know what? That's awesome. That's great. That's a really powerful message. But LeBron wasn't talking like this 3 years ago. I can't help but think that he keeps, nudging us along. And this is, peak Braun activities. Like this is, you shouldn't expect anything less, but I don't know. I'm seeing your vision more and more. You called it back. You thought he should have retired after last season, but you've been calling for this for a while now.
I said in December of last year, so December 2024, that I thought he should have retired after he broke Kareem's scoring record. I thought it would have been the perfect time for him. So that would have been after the 2023 season. So is that three years ago? After 3 years ago season, I thought he should have retired after 2023. And I get he wanted to play with Bronny. I know that was just a goal of his for a really long time. And it wasn't something that was just like out of thin air, like, oh, maybe I can play with Bronny. Like he was talking about, I want to play with my son, like back when he was still on the Cavs, I'm pretty sure. So like that was a goal of his for a long time. And I get why he wanted to make that happen. But I just think that the Lakers championship window closed. And I'm not sure going into this season, even if they're fully healthy, if they still have what it takes to contend, because I'm still not fully sold on Luka's ability to stay in shape throughout an entire 82-game season and play defense for an entire postseason. And I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on DeAndre Ayton at all. I'm not sold on dominating. He's already talking about, like, I haven't even practiced with LeBron and Luka yet. The Marcus Smart pickup was nice. I do like that pickup, but, like, that's not a needle mover.
It's giving 2018 Avery Bradley vibes.
Exactly. In the Western Conference, that's not a needle mover. Austin Reeves, I don't really know, like what is his role now on this team? Is he just like a spot up shooter now? Because like
I feel like he could be so much more than that, though. He's proven that he can be more than that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't make Austin Reeves, primary ball handler, but I feel like he's more than. I feel like they're trying to put him in like a Klay Thompson role, which I think he's more than that. I know he's more than that. He's shown it. So, I don't know. But when you talk about Gabe Vincent had 18 in 4 minutes the other night, last night. That is
true. He looked like 2023 Gabe Vincent. And
I was going to say, I haven't seen – I understood the irony when I said this, but my gut reaction was I haven't seen Gabe Vincent play this meaningful of basketball since the Heat finals run.
Yeah.
Mind you, this was in a preseason game last night. So,
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's also year 23.
Yeah.
The symbolism just is there. And I remember when Kobe Bryant announced his retirement from basketball, it had already been a few games in. The Lakers were horrible. They were on their way to finishing their worst season in Lakers history.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Bron's going to wait that. Well, first of all, the Lakers aren't going to tank that hard, but I don't think Bron's going to wait that long. I feel like once he comes back from this injury, we'll get it. We'll hear something from him.
Yeah. And I mean, they're also saying, I think rumors are that while he's injured and sitting out, he's going to use it as sort of an evaluation period to see where the Lakers are at by the time he comes back. So like maybe if, I don't know, the Lakers get out of the season struggling, they're not winning a lot of games, Luka's not playing well, or he is playing well, but it's just a bunch of empty stats. He could maybe, I don't know, say to himself, like, I don't know, I want to try and see if I can get into a better situation. So speaking of Luka, I think this is like a huge deal for Luka because it's like,
oh yeah,
like this is why they traded for you. Like they're gonna see this is like not his audition tape, but like you're supposed to be the future of this franchise post LeBron. So like I'm really excited to see how Luka plays to start out the season. It could be like a huge boost to his MVP case going into this year if he like gets out to like a hot start and the Lakers are like 8-2 and 7-3 after the first 10 games or something, and he's averaging like a 30-point triple-double. So, I mean,
we know he's capable of doing that.
Yeah.
You brought it up, though. Is he going to play some defense? Is he going to play better defense?
Yeah.
Is he not going to be a cone?
I don't know. We'll see. My guess is no.
My guess is no.
Throughout a full 82-game season, maybe at the beginning he might be, but I don't see it for a full 82 games, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I want to believe that he's going to be better just because it's Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Luka consistently getting better at basketball is good for the NBA, of course. But you do feel like you would have seen some sort of tendency at some point in his career if that defensive, mindset was going to change. But,
Yeah.
this is a highlight league. Defense don't get you no highlights no more.
Right. Exactly.
It is a highlight league.
Yeah. Like going into next year, there was like a few teams off my head that I feel better about than the Lakers. Obviously, the Thunder, reigning champs. I feel really good about Denver. I would say like before the Fred VanVleet injury, I was feeling good about the Rockets, but I think the Rockets really the Rockets needed to get another point guard. Like I think Russ would have been interested to see if like he was actually considering going back to Houston and playing with KD. I don't know like how much he was considering that, but that would have been a cool little experiment because at least he's like somebody who can handle the ball on the perimeter for them. He can't shoot a lick from there, but like I don't know. And then, like, even though they're old, dude, like, I don't know. I just feel like you can't write off the Clippers in terms of, like, making it interesting in the regular season. I would buy them being better than the Lakers in the regular season.
Insanity is the definition of doing something over and over again and expecting something to change.
That is true.
The Clippers could be, on fire. And you know what's ironic about the Clippers? And I came to this epiphany when I saw, Kawhi actually at media day and saying he's ready to go.
Yeah.
I was like, ready for what? 40 games? Like what?
Right.
Like I hope more than that because, Kawhi playing is great. The Clippers have unironically one of the best playoff performers of the 21st century in Kawhi Leonard.
Right. Yeah.
And yet they have not done anything.
Yeah.
They have not. They've blown a 3-1 lead. That's what they're most known for in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah.
So
crazy.
it's the irony is not lost on me. You don't really get yourself like closer to changing that with the roster that you have. I thought you were going to say the Warriors. I really thought you were going to. You're like they're old. I'm like yes they are.
Yeah.
Like, but
even a team like Minnesota too. Like if Anthony Edwards takes another leap this year,
father of the year,
Anthony Edwards, they could be better than the Lakers. So
I think the Wolves will be better.
Yeah.
I think the Wolves will be better. I think if the Wolves are doing what the Kings should have done, which is keep your team more or less together and just see how it goes. Because your team on paper is good enough for you to run that risk of just keep running it back. I mean, they made changes, of course, but keep running it back to see how it goes. So I don't know. But, we're making all these inferences. We're talking about who's going to be better than what or who's going to be better than who. I'm not going to say we're going to give predictions because we are more educated than that. We will be giving inferences, win total inferences. We are going to use the power of our educated brains. I promise you mine's not smooth. To predict or to infer, dare I say, what each team's win total is going to be. We're going to start with, do you have the overs under the win total prediction listed?
Do I have it pulled up?
Yeah.
I'm looking at ESPN right now. Yeah.
Okay. So let's do that.
Okay. And this is ESPN bet numbers for
not sponsored. We don't encourage that.
No, definitely not sponsored.
We do not encourage you to use it.
Exactly. We just want to have some fun with it on this pod.
Where's the buy when you need them? Those of you who, watch this back and think, isn't there a fifth person that was always with you? Yeah, it was Nabai. And infamously, we put Nabai up to the test to see if he could properly guess the over-under for win totals. And he got like a good portion of them, didn't he?
Yeah, he got most of them.
Because we ran it back to him at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then he disappeared into thin air.
Yeah. I forget which ones he got. He got like some good one. He was like right on the head with some of them, like in terms of like how many wins they were going to get. Like he had some really good guesses.
Yeah. So we're going to try that again. Not going to be as good at it, but I'm going to use my brain. I'm going to infer. So I can't be held accountable for a bad prediction because it was literally just an inference. Chill.
Yeah. All right. Should we get us? Are we going to do every team?
No, just pick your favorites.
Okay. All right. We'll start with the West, I guess. Defending champs Oklahoma City Thunder. ESPN has their over under at 62.5.
What was their win total last year? It was like 68.
61. Yeah, something like that. They didn't win 70, did they?
They did not win 70.
Yeah, 68. They won 68.
Ooh. I'm gonna go under. I think the West is too compact.
I'm taking the under as well.
I think they go. They might hit 60 flat.
Yeah,
but I don't see them running away that much with the Western Conference again.
Yeah, they have their projected win total at 59. So I think
that's fair. I think 59, 60. I think they can maybe hit 60. Here's the thing: they're coming off a championship. They now understand what it takes to win it. Last year they were so good that they could just kind of breeze through everybody, regular season included. I feel like there's sometimes a drop off in regular season performance. When a team wins a championship, because you don't need all you at that point. You're confident enough to you're like, if I can get a top 4 seed, I can get in, and I'm confident I can make it all the way.
Yeah.
So yeah. I also just think the Western Conference isn't going to allow that to happen again.
Yeah, they're the hunted now, so we'll see how they respond. This one is crazy to me. We were just talking about them. The Golden State Warriors, their projected win total by ESPN is 56 for this year.
Hammer that under.
But the over-under total is 46.5.
Oh, so they project them to get 10 wins above what the win total.
Yeah.
What?
The Warriors are not winning 50.
I don't think they can hit
50. They're not winning 50.
They can win. Oh my goodness. 46 and what is it? 46 and what would that be? 38?
36.
40. Wait. Why am I blinking on the number? I'm blinking on the number.
For what?
For what if they win
how many
losses is that?
I think it's 36.
46, 36? That might not even be right.
It's 36.
That might not even be. That might be too much too. I love this team.
I would put them at 44, 45 wins. That's where I would put them.
Isn't that what they got last year? Isn't that what they got last year?
Here, I have the standings pulled up from last year. They won 48 games last year.
48? Okay. Yeah, this team's probably a little bit worse.
Yeah.
Especially if Steph Curry gets hurt. I'm not saying I'm not wishing that, God forbid, I hope he doesn't. But if something were to happen to Stephen Curry, they might lose every game that Steph Curry misses.
Yeah. Yeah. If he's out for an extended period of time or something,
they might be in a free fall. We might get 2019-20 Warriors flashbacks.
Yeah.
Eric Pascal's going to come out of the tunnel.
Oh my gosh. Who else was on that team? I'm trying to think of all the names.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
Cauley-Stein's a good one.
Kai Bowman.
Was Nico Mannion on that team?
I think so.
Okay.
The Jinja Ninja. Yeah. No, that's insane. Predicting 56 wins for this team is absurd.
Yeah.
Let's just go with the prediction win total. Let's go with what they think they're going to win.
And you want to do over under based on that?
Well, no. We'll just say we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. So since we were just talking about them, let's do the Lakers. Their projected win total by ESPN is 45.8. So I guess 46 if you want to round up.
How do you think the Lakers are having a worse record than the Warriors? By 8 games.
I don't know.
That's insane. How do you look at the rosters of both of these teams? One has Braun, one has Curry, I'm aware. But then one has Luka Doncic, and then the other has Jimmy Butler. With all due respect to Jimmy Butler. I don't know. Maybe it's because the farther down you go, the more even it is. But I feel like Luka Doncic is not pulling enough weight in this. Now the Lakers could very well still win 46 games.
You're saying Luka doesn't have enough. Doesn't have enough motion to warrant that win total. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I think that the Lakers could very well win only 46 games. I just don't see a world where the Warriors win more games than them.
Yeah.
If the Lakers fall short, if they only win 46 games-ish, somebody else skyrocketed it. Maybe the Clippers finally broke through or something. It's not going to be the Warriors.
Yeah.
And I love that team, but with all due respect, dude, I asked for a center for 15 months and you got me Al Horford.
Yeah. The corpse of Al Horford.
This isn't Celtics out. This is post
This is
Celtics.
like
If history tells you anything, it's that Al Horford regresses after he leaves the Celtics.
You're getting Sixers Al Horford on the Warriors.
Oh my God. Yeah. So whatever. Yeah. Anyway, keep it going. What about the Rockets?
Yeah, let's do a few more West teams. The Rockets are this is post Van Vliet injury. Their projected wins are 46.9, so we'll say 47.
47. I go back and forth with this team because I agree. I think with Van Vliet, this was a lock for a top 3 seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Maybe even a 2 seed again. Without him, though, I just who's your floor general?
Yeah.
Who's your floor general? And
you might be playing Amen Thompson at point guard this year.
I did see that tall lineup they were running in the preseason.
Yeah. And
Amen Thompson's too volatile.
Yeah.
He needs to get his emotions in check.
Yeah. Yeah, he had the punch with Alvarado, and then he had to play last year when he body slammed Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
That's that.
I'm not knocking the kid.
You can't.
I'm pretty sure he's younger than me, so I'm not going to knock him. I'm not going to talk down on somebody. And I think that's just a maturity thing. The longer he's in the league, he'll be better at it. And maybe playing point guard does do that because you have to be cool, calm, and collected if you're running point with a team that has Kevin Durant on it.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think I've seen the clips of his shooting. His shooting looks like it has gotten better, but it still looks like a little too mechanical to me and not natural, naturally shooting a basketball versus focusing on your mechanics throughout the entire motion. So I think once he gets it off a little smoother, I think then you can take that shooting improvement a little more seriously. Let's just do, since we just did one of the Texas teams, let's do the other two. So to round out the Western Conference, the Mavericks are projected 44 wins this year. Now, keep in mind, Kyrie Irving is still recovering from the torn ACL that
he'll be back this year, no?
Yeah, I think he will. No, he definitely will because he got hurt in the middle of last season.
Okay.
So 44 wins.
Oh, he got hurt in March. Yes, it's been about 7 months.
Yeah. I'd take the over on that, honestly.
I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
I don't think that I love Anthony Davis is so fun to watch. He hasn't he's not healthy enough consistently. Ironically, he was healthy the last couple years with the Lakers pretty consistently, and then as soon as he goes to the Mavs, he gets hurt. It'll be good for basketball if this Mavericks team is good and makes a little bit of noise if they can even get into the playoffs.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think they'll still hover right around it. They'll hover right around 500.
Okay, I think I'm higher on the Mavs than you are. I think that if
they
can
are
stay afloat while Kyrie is out and get into the playoffs, be in a position where they can make the playoffs and they roll into that thing healthy. I think they have a chance to make some noise in the West.
The thing is that again, I don't like doing hypotheticals. If this team was in the Eastern Conference, I'm that's a playoff team. But the West again is so compact that you can get above 500 and you still might not even make the play-in. That first team out, that 11 seed, which is probably going to be the Kings, might get 43 wins and they still might not make it. So that's what I mean. So they still might be right there. I'm higher on the third Texas team though.
Yeah. And since we started the show talking about the Kings, their projected wins are 43 and a half.
Yeah, under.
So, yeah. But the Spurs, though, I think this is a little disrespectful and disingenuous to your guy who was your top 3 MVP candidate for
I didn't say what year. Actually, I did say what year.
That is true.
I did say what year, though.
The Spurs are projected 40 wins next year.
Oh, they're going way above that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say something. Ben might clip me later. Clip me here. I think the Spurs can hit 50. I really think the Spurs can hit 50 wins.
That's a hot
When
take.
I look at the other teams, especially the teams that they have to play consistently in rotation, the Mavericks, the Rockets, who else is down there? The Pelicans.
Yeah.
They're the best team, at least on paper to me, out of all of those teams. Starting the season, when Kyrie comes back, we'll see what he looks like. But I think with Fred VanVleet's injury, you look at the Spurs roster, Victor Wembanyama is literally only getting better.
Yeah.
He has made leap to leap. Like, he just keeps getting better. And then De'Aaron Fox is there. Now he has a full offseason to work with him. Got a free year of mentorship from Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I think this team can be a top seed. I think this team, when we get to mid-April, we're looking at the game 1 slates, and it's a Saturday afternoon, and there's a game at the AT&T Center in San Antonio.
It's definitely possible. And I've been watching Wemby's highlights throughout the preseason, and it looks like it already looked like this before. He looks like he's playing on a Nerf hoop. It's
yes.
ridiculous. It's literally insane. I don't know if you saw the putback dunk that he had where he like barely jumped off the ground to dunk it. It's crazy. And he's put on a little more strength. He's like starting to push people out of the way and get to the basket a little bit more. So that's exciting to see. And he had a full like offseason to rest because he had the blood clots and he didn't play in the Eurobasket tournament over the summer for France. So he had a whole recover.
He trained with everybody from Kevin Garnett to Monks.
Yeah.
This is the most sound basketball player that will be on the court this year.
Yeah.
In the entire country. Both countries, I guess, if you include Canada. Like, he will be the most sound player that will set foot on an NBA court this year. And I think with that, like, I don't know, I can't think the only player that can realistically like stop this man, I'm not even trying to glaze, is Giannis. But he only plays Giannis twice a year.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't see anybody in the Western Conference, not even the Joker, bro. Like, the Joker don't play defense. So,
right.
Like, I don't see anybody in the Western. It ain't going to be dominating either. I'll tell you that much. But
yeah,
it's not going to be dominating. It's not going to be Al Horford, whoever the Suns put at center again. Like, Şengün, no thanks. So, I don't know. Spurs, I would go as far as to say the Spurs will hit 50 wins, but we're doing inferences, not predictions.
Yeah. Those are all the teams that I think were notable in the West, unless you want to do another one. But
I'm out.
Move on to the East, I wanted to just share like what the lowest projected totals are.
Yeah, what are the lowest? It's got to be the Nets.
And people can already guess. It's actually the Wizards at 14.2, and then the Nets are projected 17.6, so we'll say 18, and then the Jazz are projected to get, let me scroll back up, 20 wins. I think Utah
I'm taking the Wizards over. I'm taking the Wizards over. Unless they trade Middleton at the deadline. Like, I don't know. I just feel like,
yeah.
Oh, Jordan Poole's not there though now.
No, he's in New Orleans now.
Nah, I still take the over. I might take the under with the Nets though. That's kind of that roster might have the biggest like sway in terms of how low they can go and how high they can go, because we literally don't know what that roster is going to look like.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let's start with Milwaukee. What does Milwaukee look like?
Let's do the Bucks. So the Bucks are at 44.5, so 45 projected wins, which I think is pretty. If they win 45 games this year, I think that would honestly be pretty impressive, like with this roster that they have. And I'm hot. And to be fair, to make it clear, I'm higher on the roster than most. Like, I think Miles Turner is a great fit with the Bucks.
I was going to say, I think
watched him in the preseason. That it's a great fit. He's much more mobile than Brook Lopez. He still can't really like. They both have this in common. They're not great rebounders, given how tall they are, which kind of sucks. The Bucks just re-signed AJ Green today, Derry Bird, as the fans in Milwaukee call him. And for the casuals that don't know, he led the league in 3-point percentage last year. So this isn't some scrub. And it's basketball AJ Green, not the wide receiver for the Bengals. The one that plays basketball.
Cardinals legend.
44.5, I think, is a solid number. I'm going to take the over and say they get like 45, 46 wins this year.
I was going to say, maybe I'm missing something because I heard 44 and I was like, oh, over easily. But maybe I'm missing something here. I just thought about how I look at the rest of the Eastern Conference, and a lot of them are going to be slow out of the gate. Like the usual contenders will be slow out of the gate because they're dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Magic, for example, could be a team, or the Pistons, for example, could be teams that just shoot out of the gate. They could be a top seed when we're around Christmas time. But when I'm thinking about Milwaukee, I'm like, yeah, they don't like, I mean, they got Kuzma. That's a pretty big handicap, but you know, it's not a horrible rock. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something though. I'm going over 2 for the record, but I was like, I'm like, they might be able to push 50 low key when I think about their competition.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting teams in the East. Maybe
What about the Pistons? What about the Pistons?
okay, that's a good one too. Trying to take that next step. They're projected at 43 wins, 42.6.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Are the Pistons going to finish ahead of the Bucks?
I think the Bucks are going to be a top 6 seed. So I think the Pistons are going to, I'd say the Bucks are like a 5 or 6 seed. So like I don't think the Pistons are going to be a top 4 seed. I think they would be like a 5 or 6 seed again.
So they'll be right with them.
Yeah.
I was just curious because, same division. They play each other 4 times a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'll go over. I'll go
over, but like I don't think the Pistons are going to take like some crazy leap this year unless Cade Cunningham takes a crazy leap this year, because I don't really see, I don't know. I don't think they got that much better in the offseason. So I'm not really expecting them to do anything super crazy this year. Like they could maybe like win a playoff series. You could argue they should have beaten the Knicks in the first round this past year. I think I actually picked them, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I don't know. I think I picked Detroit to win in like 7 or 6. Or I think I picked the Knicks in 7. I honestly don't remember. But I don't know. I'm looking at here. They did get Duncan Robinson, Karis LeVert. Like those are good shooters. But like, are they going to be as good as responsible gambler Malik Beasley was for them last year? Like, who knows? I don't know.
Hey, they cleared him, bro. That's free.
True. Yeah, He
unironically is a responsible gambler. Okay, what about the Cavs? They're all in the same division because I feel like I'm going to take the over, by the way, ever so slightly.
Okay,
it's got to give at some point.
I'm going to give you the Cavs and the Knicks because I think those are the 2 teams that most people think should win the East next year.
It's not going to be either of them. Just so we're on the record.
The team that I think is going to win it actually is their win total is like actually right where I would put them at. So the Cavs are at 50, and then the Knicks are at 47.
I'd go under on the Cavs and over on the Knicks.
Over on the Knicks, I would say the same thing.
Like I don't know. I feel like it's like the Cavs are at that phase where the Donovan Mitchell Utah Jazz teams was, where they're at that phase. They're on the decline. I feel like where it's like they had their peak, but they still didn't do anything with it.
Yeah. So like how the Jazz in 2021 were the 1 seed in the West, but then
lost in the second round.
Blew a 2-0 lead to the Clippers in the second round, and then like blew a 30-point lead when they had a chance to force a Game 7 in Game 6, the Terrence Mann game. Like it happens all the time.
And then they were the 1 seed this past year and lost. They didn't even make it to a Game 6. They got blown out. So same thing. Yeah, I think the Cavs stock is down. Knicks, I think the Knicks could probably play in the conference finals, but yeah. What was your team that you were alluding to that you think is going to win the East?
They got Orlando at 50 wins, bro. I'm taking the over.
Dude. Okay. See, I kind of alluded to this. The Orlando okay. We saw the Magic deal with injuries right out of the gate, like 20 games into the season. And they were on fire to start the season. You remember that? They were like one of the top.
They were like a top 3 seed for like a month and a half or something like that.
And then they fell off because they kept getting hurt.
Yeah.
If they can stay healthy, I'm on board with you here. I think the Orlando Magic can. We want to talk about Cade taking to the next step. I think Paolo's right in the middle of his foot is in the air and it's about to come down. So I think the Magic. Yeah, I'm fully with you there. I think I would be surprised if there's a Eastern Conference team that even hits like 58 wins. But if there's a team that's gonna do it, it could be the Magic. I put it at like 55, 54.
Yeah. Another interesting one they got. I think this is being generous. They have the Pacers projected to get more wins than the Celtics and the Bucks, even though Halliburton's injured and they lost Miles Turner. They're projecting Indiana to get 46 wins.
Okay, so I was curious where because I'm picking over on a lot, and under's got to happen somewhere. It's right there.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if the Pacers finish. Like Halliburton's not playing, period. So I don't even know if this is a playoff team. It might be a play-in team, but you can't interfere with the Bulls, the Hawks, and the Heat.
Yeah.
And the Raptors. So you might be that. I don't know. I don't see them being a top 6 seed though. I just can't.
Yeah. And speaking of those like perennial play-in teams, they have Toronto, who a lot of people are really high on going into this year. I don't really see the vision because I'm not a big Brandon Ingram fan. Like I don't think
I've been asking for Toronto Raptors dialogue on this.
He's not like a needle mover to me in terms of winning games. And I think if if we were going to see Scotty Barnes take that leap into like potential superstardom, I think we would have seen it already, because like it usually happens pretty quick. I feel like in the NBA, unless guys like take like usually by like a guy's 4th year in the league, I'd say like what kind of player they're going to be.
I mean, look at
Paolo, like Cade, we just talked about him, Anthony Edwards, those guys are going to be stars, and like you feel confident in saying that. We're still trying to figure out what Scotty Barnes
Brandon Ingram would be perfect on the Hornets. That's like I feel like you understand what I mean by that.
Brandon Ingram and LaMelo Ball on the same team would be pretty hilarious.
And they share a pair of AirPods.
Yeah, exactly.
So wait, what's the Raptors total?
They're at 40.7.
Yeah, so no, under.
Yeah.
The Raptors, however, I do like. Can you name the starting 5 for the Toronto Raptors?
I think they're going to go Emmanuel Quickley, Grady Dick, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl. I think that'd be my, just off the top of my head. I don't know if that's what they're going to do.
If that's the lineup, RJ Barrett's out of there by Christmas.
I forgot about RJ Barrett.
The Maple Mamba.
I forgot he was there.
I feel like we've ordained so many people to Maple Mamba that it's just like I don't even know what that means anymore. Because first it was Wiggins, then it was RJ. I don't know. Yeah, they could on paper this is a 40-win team. On paper this could be, but I can see this being 38-44.
Yeah,
the 9 seed. They got to play the Hawks, and Trae Young hits a game winner on them. Like. We've seen this movie before, or we've seen iterations of it. Like AI has probably created this a bunch of times. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Atlanta, they're at 44, which I think is
under what?
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think the Hawks, like, they should probably in the near future start considering trading Trae Young, because I think they have a lot of good assets, particularly in their front court with the wings that they have, like Dyson Daniels. I think Reese Shea showed some stuff in his rookie year. Like, he could be a pretty good player in the league. Dyson Daniels. Who's the other guy? Jalen Johnson. That's the other guy I'm thinking of, who got hurt in the middle of last year. He's really good. So, like, Atlanta has some good players. I just don't know if you can win what you want to win with Trae Young. And I'm not on the Trae Young hate train. I think Trae Young's a really good player. I just don't know if he's the kind of guy that can contribute to winning big games in the playoffs. I'm not sure about that.
He did it once, and it sold Atlanta for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I take the under 2. I think all those teams are sitting in the high 30s for wins.
Yeah.
And what then about the Bulls?
The Bulls. I was gonna go to this team and then the Bulls, but we'll do the Bulls. The Bulls are. Do you want to guess what their projected win total is?
It's got to be like 39 or something.
You're 1 game off.
Do they give them 40?
They gave him 38.
Oh, okay. See, that makes sense. I'm still taking the under, by the way.
Yeah.
I think they're sitting at a cool, calm, collected like 34.
As close to mid as they can be is what the Bulls are going to be. I wanted to get your thoughts on this team, though. I think I kind of already know what you're going to say. And given the fact that Paul George is already confirmed to not be playing in the season opener, the 76ers are projected 38 wins next year. Over or under on that?
What they win last year?
Dude, here, let me pull up the standings.
They hit 30 wins.
They won 24 games last year.
And they're giving them 38?
They're giving them 38. So, like, they ordered this based on the win total, and they have the Sixers as an 11th seed, so they don't even have the Sixers making the play-in next year.
I have more confidence in the Sixers than I do, like, the Bulls, for example, if they were to get that play-in spot.
Yeah.
Like, it's so... Because if you look on paper, the Sixers team isn't half bad. Like, it's a pretty good team. It's a pretty solid team.
Especially if VJ Edgecombe, the rookie that they drafted, who looked like super good in the summer league, like if he turns into something.
He's pretty good in the preseason too. I watched the first game that he played.
Yeah. But there's nothing that can't convince me that even if Joel Embiid is healthy to start the season or relatively close to start the season, that he's not just going to break down by Christmas. Like, he'll be done by Christmas.
Which is just so unfortunate. You and I have had this exact conversation on the old Talk of Troy studio in like 2024.
Yeah.
Like we've had this
debated,
conversation,
like whether or not like he should retire or not. I think
Yeah.
that's what we were talking about.
So I don't know. I feel like it could be a transition. There is a situation where now, am I going to say we're getting this situation? Let me see. I'm going to say this out loud. Let me see if I agree with myself. There is a situation where VJ and Tyrese Maxey and just a ragtag group of oh my God, what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Quentin Grimes. Yes. If that's just like a random big three that can like get you like 57 to 60 a night, like then we might be talking about something interesting.
Yeah.
Because the lineup isn't in and of itself isn't horrible. I mean, if you're missing Embiid and PG-13 for extended periods of time, of course you're cooked.
Yeah.
But there is a situation where if you can get 50 games out of Joel Embiid, if you can get 50 good games out of Joel Embiid, and you can get around the same for Paul George, better if they overlap, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You can get like 40 wins.
Yeah.
You can get 40 wins. I think they'll be better than they were last year, obviously. I mean, that goes without saying. It's hard to be worse than 24 wins.
Yeah.
With that roster. But I think there is a scenario where the NBA scriptwriters spit out like a 40-42 win 76ers team.
Yeah.
And that's like an 8 seed.
And for reference,
they like beat the Miami Heat.
You know, I was just going to bring it up. So last year, the team that was the 10th seed in the East was the Bulls, and they had 39 wins last year. So like 40 wins is enough to get you into the tournament, the play-in tournament, but like you have a shot with 40 wins in the East.
Now, whether they win the play-in or not we're not talking about that, but there is a situation where the Magic ball, the Magic what's that game in Vegas? Roulette, where the roulette ball lands on a season that has the 76ers winning being at 500, ending the season at 500. So I wouldn't be surprised at it. I also wouldn't be surprised if they can barely get to 35 wins.
Yeah.
All that is to say is I'm taking the over. I will take the over on that.
Okay. What do you think about Boston with Jason Tatum maybe or maybe not playing the whole year? They're projected.
He better not play this year.
They're projected the 5th seed, 46 wins. And that's, I think, without assuming Jason Tatum's not going to play.
Jaylen Brown, you better get ready to be number one, man.
Yeah.
I think he can do it.
Dude,
I think okay. Without Jason Tatum, I think, and I hope, like, again, we talked about this last week. Jason Tatum, please don't play, bro.
Yeah.
We want to keep you around for an extended bit. You can play 10 more years of basketball if you sit this one out.
Yeah.
If you continue to stay healthy, of course. All that is to say is I'm going to slightly go the over here because I don't know if they're better. Actually, let me rephrase it. I don't think they're better than the Magic. If these teams stay healthy. With the current circumstances, I don't think they're better than the Magic, the Knicks, or the Cavs. And I already took the under on the Cavs. So I got to stay. I have to remain. Consistent. I have to keep my continuity.
Yeah.
So I'll go over, but ever so slightly, because I think they'll probably finish like above whether it's the Bucks or the Pistons that finishes like right below them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I think I would take the over. I think I would give them like 46 wins. Like I would give them
I give them like 48.
I would give them 46. The Pacers being at 45-9 is ridiculous to me. Like I don't get how
that's a 7th seed.
They have the Pacers as the 4th. They're projected 4th seed right now.
No, that's not. Yeah, no, that's not.
I think like that's just probably giving respect to the team that went to the NBA, that represented the East in the finals last year and was one win away from winning the whole thing. And then the year before they went to the conference finals, almost like gave Boston some trouble. So like from that standpoint, I get it, but like I don't get how you real here Pacers and be like they're going to win 46 games next year.
Well, because Pascal Siakam's their number one option in this situation.
I haven't read this description unless Benedict Mathurin or somebody like Nembhard takes like a huge leap and is like an all-star caliber player, and they just find a way to win games with Siakam and somebody else going off. But I don't.
It's not even like Halliburton being out for the year is obviously detrimental. I wouldn't be as shocked at that number, but Miles Turner's gone too.
Yeah.
Like that's your veteran leader that was on that team. So
I think they're going to be starting
can't
Jay
replace
Huff
that with
center,
just
though.
like what?
I think Jay Huff is going to be their starting center.
But that's like I don't care. Honestly, I don't really care if the Pacers got a better player to replace Miles Turner. That's your veteran leader of 10 years. That's not something that you can just replace in an offseason.
Yeah.
It doesn't help, especially that Halliburton, who would ideally be next man up, he's not around because he's recovering from surgery. So, yeah, I might be I'm going to say something that I might regret by January. It is very plausible based on my inference. It's not a prediction. This is why I said inference. It is very plausible that the Sixers finish higher than the Pacers.
If everybody's healthy, it's not a crazy take.
Like I can see the Sixers being 42-40 and the Pacers being like the Sixers being 42-40 and the Pacers being like 39-43.
Yeah. It's not out of the realm of possibility for sure.
So, I don't know.
I think that's all the notable teams that I saw. Do you want to make an inference on who you think is going to go to the finals? And then we can do more in-depth predictions in like a later episode.
Yeah.
But do you have like an early finals pick?
The Clippers? No. Just trying to be the same energy as
they look interesting. They always do it to you.
When like, they ask, I'm trying to be like Jordan when they asked him Kobe or Bron, he goes, Kevin Durant.
Yeah. The Clippers are literally, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on here, but the Clippers are literally like that fine shit that ghosts you for like 3-4, like a month or something. And then they hit you up again and you have to like resist the urge to take the bait. But I'm just projecting. So
if it was going to happen, it was going to be when they played the Mavericks in that first round, when the Mavs went to the finals.
Yeah.
So, and it didn't happen that year. So I don't anticipate having you're going to love this. I can't seem to shake the idea. I can't shake this. I can't get rid of the idea that we're going to see the Nuggets in the finals again.
Yeah. I think so too. That they're my Western Conference pick.
Is that your way? Oh, perfect.
They're my Western Conference pick. I think I picked them to go to the finals last year, actually. I don't think I picked the Thunder because I was low on the Thunder. I was like, I need to see it in the playoffs. I think I picked the Nuggets last year too.
I don't remember who I picked last year, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do Nuggets and I'm gonna do. You picked the Magic to win the East, right?
I'm going all in on Orlando. I'm going all in. That would be a goofy finals matchup.
Orlando, is that worse than Nuggets Heat?
I don't think so.
It's the same state, just on the other side.
But the Magic have some fun players to watch, at least.
The Heat suck the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NBA.
Yes, dude.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying okay. We can get more into. I can't shake. Again, bro, it's a gut feel. I know we're talking about inferences, which are supposed to be educated. Yeah. An educated guess would tell me that it's the Knicks are finally going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks are finally going to do it. I can't shake this idea that we're going to be playing ball in the end of May. Not we, because we're not
playing ball.
Not us, but I have this idea in my head that we're watching basketball in the end of May. And I'm still watching Cade Cunningham play basketball in the end of May. I'm not saying that it's going to happen.
Take the leap?
But could he take the leap?
I told you before we started, he had the 7th highest MVP odds.
That's a goofy finals. Denver versus Detroit. Huge day for Middle America.
Yeah.
Huge 2 weeks for Middle America. So I guess off vibes, I'm gonna go off vibes. I'm gonna do Denver, Detroit.
Okay, let's do it.
Imagine telling somebody that in 2021.
The Magic and the Pistons going to the finals. I never thought I would be saying that,
dude. It's
to tell like 8th grade or like freshman year of high school me, who started watching basketball when those two teams were irrelevant. I never would have thought I'd get to a point where we'd be predicting them to go to the finals.
I don't know, man. Now the Pistons could very well just crash and burn.
Yeah.
The Pistons could very well, like, there's always a team that
Kings of the East.
Maybe they don't have an overinflated roster yet, though. They're not there yet. If they flounder this year, they might be the Kings in like 2 years.
Yeah.
But there's always every year there's a team that flounders, whether because of injury or poor play. Like last year, it was arguably the Sixers. It could very well be the Pistons.
Yeah.
I think there's a scenario. The Pistons, in my opinion, have the biggest fluctuation in terms of the whole NBA, in terms of they're the highest of highs or the lowest of lows. I think this is a team that could win, that can push 50 wins, realistic. I really believe that. They could also fall out of the play-in.
Yeah.
Like they could hit like 38.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna bank on the above, man. I think Cade and them got it.
Cade and them.
I think I don't know, man. I just don't trust the Cavs either.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I trust the Cavs. So
yeah.
And I think if the Cavs flounder like how I think they're going to, then like it's either going to be Milwaukee or Detroit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's really just a 50-50 ball at that point. But I don't know. We'll talk more about this next week though, because we'll have a lot to talk about next week because the season's finally starting. Hey, maybe Braun will give us a retirement announcement between now and then.
Maybe.
And we'll just spend 45 minutes talking about LeBron James. You and I, we're Stephen A. and Skip Bayless. It's first take. Yeah. So maybe something like that happens. But we will be back next week to talk about the opening day of the regular season. I mean, when we go live Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two, every team will have either played or will be playing. So, we'll talk all about it. But anyway, that's it for this week's episode 7. We've made it to a week's worth of PHWA. I didn't think we'd ever see the day. We'll be back next week, though. For Daniel, I'm Ethan. We will see you next week.